Good morning. I am going to just run down some quick little tips on social media. I went through some of the questions that you guys asked, and I'm going to include those in what I'm telling you today. But I'm also going to share with you what I do, like what I do every day and what I kind of do monthly as my social media marketing strategy. We talked a little bit about this in when Mike and I did our webinar, but I kind of want to just make sure that you guys understand exactly what we do. And it's so simple. And it's trial and error for the most part, guys. I had no idea what I was doing in the beginning, and I was just kind of doing stuff that I thought would make sense. And if it worked, I kept it going. If it didn't work, I didn't. And if it worked, I shared with my team. If it didn't, obviously I threw it out the door. So basically monthly, I set up a schedule for what I'm doing. So usually I am going to post a coaching ad in the beginning of the month. And I'm going to post it for the first week and the second week, or maybe change it up and do one the first week and a different one the second week. So what I like to do is change up the post. And I know some of you were asking, like, do you guys do like a wordy post? Do you do something short? I change it. So one week it could be me and my kids and just my story a little bit. The next week it could be something like a call to action for coaching if you want to make a change in your health and fitness and you want to feel better, something like that. So it doesn't have to do with the coaching side of it. It has to do with accountability more so. And so I change it up. They're not always long and drawn out. Some of them I include my story. I use keywords in it, like retired teachers. So I get teachers that are like, wow, how is she retiring at the age of 35? So like I do specific, like Alyssa said, specific target words, getting fit, stay-at-home mom, that type of thing, because that's my target. Like people that maybe are working moms but want to stay at home with their kids, because that's what happened to me. So I use my story to appeal to them. In the beginning, same thing. I was still working, so I was more looking for working moms and saying, you know, if you want to better yourself and get healthy while having extra income on the side and helping others and being a part of a supportive group of moms, message me. Or and sometimes I'll say message me, comment below, I'll message you. I change it, or fill out the form. Like it doesn't have to be a specific way every single time. I always change it up, because if it's the same thing you're doing every month, it gets old. So you want to change up the way you're presenting, whether maybe you're presenting a business in the form of a trip. Like I'm here in California, I'm going to post about that and how it's changed my life. That's not me and my family and posting about the kid thing. Like it's a different route to take. You can do it in so many different ways, and I definitely think you guys should plan this out. So every month you have a plan of action. The first week you're going to have an ad going, or you're going to post on your like page and your personal page about a coaching opportunity. A lot of times I do it on my like page and I will boost it. But then during that week, I will post it on my regular page, but I will vary the wording. I will vary the picture sometimes. But it'll be the same concept. Maybe I'll shorten it. Maybe I'll make it, I change it up a tiny bit, a little bit. But post it on your regular page as well. Why not? Because you'll get a lot of people following you on your regular page. And if you don't have a like page, you're just going to be posting this on your regular page. So change it up. Just like Micah said on Instagram, you're going to do more, and Melissa talked about this, you're going to do more of your call to actions and your coach call to actions in the picture. People don't want to read a lot of wordy script on Instagram. That's more for Facebook. So if you need to have an attractive picture, like I have one that I've used, I could screen share. It's just my, I can't screen share on this. Sorry. It's actually just a picture of me and the kids, and it says my like retired mom, coaching 2 years, and living her best life, or something like that. Simple. So when people are seeing that, especially teachers, they're like, whoa, wait a minute. I want that, or I want to learn more about it. So then they'll read. But if you don't have any information or something in the picture, or it's not a nice, clean, attractive picture that stops people, they're going to scroll right through. So make sure a lot of wording you're saving for Facebook, and not all the time. Some can be short, some can be a little bit longer. Your daily plan of action. Here's the thing. Whatever you guys are doing and you're finding something that works, you need to share with your team. So I recommend doing not a power hour live, which, well, you can do that. That's great too. But show them what you're doing on social media. Show them how you're posting. Show them how you're coming up with your posts. If you have someone on your team that's doing great posts, and like on my team, I have some girls that really are creative and they are funny and come up with great things. Have them share on a call what they're doing and how they come up with these things. I share what I used to do, and when I was working, because a lot of my team are still working, a lot of the coaches, I, on Sunday, would come up with all these pictures and store them in my phone. I also did this on my downtime at work because I couldn't get on the internet on my phone. So I would put pictures and put quotes on my pictures. I would take videos of me working out, and then I would take still shots from those videos and make it a clean picture and put a quote or a call to action. So I had all these things stored up in my phone. So when it came time to post, it didn't take me 3 hours. And I'm not a great writer. So like when you see, posts and something's really catchy, I talk like I write. I mean, I write like I talk. So so what I do is when I have something come to mind, which is like, I'm scattered, so it's all the time. Like I could be working out, I have a great idea. I always put it in my notes section, and I will just say, do a post about this, and then I'll kind of put some words in. And usually when I'm when I'm like with my husband, he's driving or whatever, I'll type out a post in my notes section. Or when I was working, I was doing it on lunch break, I'd type out a post in my notes. So I had all these posts and ideas that I can just use at any time. Teach your team to do the same thing, because that way they're not struggling, and then they decide, oh, what I have to say is not important, I'm not going to post it. They have to get in a routine of when something comes to mind, they need to get it down. So show them what you're doing on social media. I'm posting on my like page a couple times, 2 to 3 times a day. I'm posting on my regular page the same. They're different content. Sometimes they can be the same. So it all depends on what feels comfortable for you, but walk people through what not to do and what to do. If you go and search on some of your coaches' pages and find something what not to do, share that and say, listen, I did it before, or go back to when you started and show. I do this a lot in my team page. I show what I did when I started with a bag of Shakeology and, T25 program. Like I didn't know. So teach them not to do those things from the get-go, and people will be more attracted to them. Their Facebook page is their storefront. That's the most important part, because you can have a conversation about coaching with someone, and if they see your storefront and it's not good and it's filled with crap and they don't even see anything that is of value, they're not going to respond to your presenting the business. They're not going to respond to you asking them about coaching at all. So that's, key. Some people do groups of like a 2-week or a 1-week boot camp, where social media boot camp, guys, we're going to get your pages right. You look on everyone's pages. You can critique them. Let's share some good ideas of a post. Get into a routine, like the morning, if you want to post, if your post is from your PD, like my morning, my post is from my PD. Midday, it might be my lunch, some type of food, whatever. And then, or the kids doing something funny. And those are involved daily, like things that the kids have done, a question I have about whatever behavior or clothing or whatever, anything about life. And then I do my workout, obviously, because I'm in the 22-minute hardcore. So I'm posting about that every day as well. So come up with a routine and a plan. Okay, I'm doing this in the morning, this in the afternoon, this whatever. Teach your team to do the same thing, but not, they definitely don't want to use like stock pictures. Be creative. And you guys, if you take people from your team, you'll come up, it will help people that aren't creative think of things, like ask for help. And that's the biggest thing, ask for help. I ask my team for help. People that are good in one area that I'm not good in, say, hey, can you jump on this call, on our team call? Take 10 minutes, let's talk. I want to hear what you're doing because you're succeeding. So sharing ideas in your team, creating that team culture so people can ask questions and it's not just your answers are just coming from you. Okay, so posting the biz opportunity I talked about, but my conversations. And guys, I know everyone's looking for like, oh, there must be something secret that they do. I'm adding 10 coaches, 15 sometimes a month. So I'm not like adding 30 coaches a month, but I don't know if I can handle that. My husband would probably kill me. So I think that if you are just talking to people and building those relationships, and they're seeing your storefront, they're seeing your content that you're posting, the conversation is going to be led that way, where presenting the business is not going to be foreign, it's going to be natural. So when they're talking to you and you're having a conversation about health and fitness, or maybe it's about their kids and how they want to be home with their kids, anytime they're saying, and I shared this on our webinar, anytime they're saying that they need help in an area that Beachbody can help them with, I am presenting the business. And the way I present it is only this. That is awesome. I felt the same way that you feel. Not that is awesome. So say they want to be home with their kids. Or they hate their job, whatever. I say, I totally understand what you're feeling. When I was working as a teacher, it was really hard for me as well. Have you ever thought about doing what I'm doing, coaching? Or have you ever thought about coaching? That's it. That's all I'm not getting into it. And then the conversation flows from there. And then I usually will put them in a sneak peek group or get them on the phone or send a webinar that I've done, depending on what their needs. Like if they're a teacher, I'm sending my webinar because I talked about my story, right? Or I'm getting them on the phone because I can relate to them. If they are a mom and they work in business or whatever, I might put them, or they're looking for accountability, I might put them in the sneak peek because my team is talking a lot about the support and the accountability of that. So depending what their needs are, that's how I do it. That's it. And I always set up a follow-up time to talk and chat and answer questions. And if you're being a real person, and during this time, I'm on their page liking stuff. I am posting stuff for that person. So that's why you're gearing your posts to the people that you want on your team. So whether it's maybe someone that is struggling with support or accountability, I'm posting stuff that week about that and like how I'm so thankful for my team keeping me accountable in my health and fitness journey. So your posts are directed to those people you're talking to, and it comes naturally over time. But that, and it's going to be like second nature. It really is. It's going to be like second nature the more you do it. But this is the thing. You got to teach your team to do the same thing. So let them watch you on a live power hour or live social media call. You can do it with your team and have those ones that are really good at posting. Share some of their cool posts. Share what they do. How do they come up with them? Another thing I wanted to just quickly talk about, and this was all trial and error, and I know someone asked a question about this. When I do a post on my like page for the coaching opportunity, or even when I'm boosting, running ads on my like page where they are for likes and to a target audience, when I have people like my page and I look at their profile and I find that they're like me and I can relate to them, I send them a friend request and I write them down. I'm pen and paper. I'm starting to use Streak. We'll see how that goes. But I write them down, and then if they accept, great. Now I'm going to either start a conversation or I'm going to be on their page and building the relationship through the page that way. It takes time, but I find that, and they're going to be watching you and want to be a part of you if you're on Facebook sharing your life and the light that you have because of Beachbody. But that's how you get people watching. That's how you get people coming to you. Yes, I send a friend request if I to my regular page, and sometimes I'll thank them. I'll thank them for liking and commenting on my stuff because it's very vulnerable for me to put myself out there. So I thank them for that. And then I just ask them how they're doing. I don't necessarily ask them to join anything. Sometimes if I'm having a free group, I'll ask them to, if they would like to jump into like a mom's group. But most of the time it's just, how are you? You know, it's not a direct invite whatsoever. I just want to build a relationship with them. And that turns into, because they're watching me, it turns into, hey, what are you doing? Or when we're in conversation, me presenting the business because we're talking about something that they need and to fix in their life. Okay, and the last thing, outsourcing. What do I outsource? I'm a control freak, and I have an assistant that has been with me for a year. No, more than that, a year and a half. And I was using her just for graphics and stuff, like not graphics for me, but more so, because I like to do that. I'm creative. But more for my team, the leaderboards, all of that. Like, I love to do it, but I just couldn't, I don't have time. So she does a lot of the back office stuff. She does, like, I have a new coach email. She does all that, like sending them out. She gets them, she now is helping me with Instagram, where she is helping me like on a couple people's photos and then telling me who they are so I can start commenting and building relationships. So she's going out and trying to find people that are like me. So searching people, that saves a lot of time for me because that is time consuming. So if she can find the people and that they're people like that I would connect with, I can then go in and start building the relationship, commenting on their stuff, liking their stuff, and going from there. So those are some things that can be outsourced. I truly like to be myself. I don't outsource any, like her taking any of my messages or that type of thing. When I'm building relationships with people, I do everything. My posts, I do those too because I have my own style and I like what I like, and I don't know, you know, I don't know if I could give that up. I enjoy it too. Like when you're in a routine of doing it, you enjoy it. She helps me with my ads for sure. And writing some of them sometimes, like when I'll voice it to her and she'll type it out and then we'll fix it together because I'm horrible again at writing. Better on video. So she helps me with a lot of those things and it's been huge. And Mindy told me from the beginning to do it and I said, no. And I'm so glad I listened. It took me a while, but it's been fantastic. So you can outsource things. I know other people on this outsource other things and like your graphics and all of that. Great. I think if that's not your thing, outsource it and find someone that gets your vibe, you know, but you don't have to if you really enjoy. I enjoy that part, so I don't. And I think that's it. But you can pretty much outsource whatever you need, like whatever you don't like to do. Well, to a point, you don't want to outsource like inviting and all that and building relationships. But, you know, you can do a lot of the behind the scenes, like the reminder, the Shakeology renewal emails and stuff like that. But that's it. I think that I hope you guys found something in this mess. I am not the most organized, so I'm not going to be able to tell you how to. I mean, these women on this elite training are amazing. They have taught me so much because I am like this, and I can't be like that. I need to write down the things that I'm thinking so I do them and I don't forget, you know, because, you know, as you're building, your team's getting bigger and you're going to forget things. So come up with a system now so you're organized and follow through with it and then teach your team to do the same thing. Everything that you're learning here, you need to be doing with your team. So get them on point, get their Facebook, social media, storefront on point so they are attracting people and they start that attraction marketing now instead of 3 years from now. So I hope you guys have a great day.